Pledge allegiance to
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All righty. Guys, y'all have any announcements, commissioners? Anyone yet here that has any announcements? Before we proceed, we have a speaker. If you could, ma'am, come to the podium and state your name for the record, please.
My name is Francis Solis.
Good morning, Ms. Solis.
Good morning. And I wanted to speak with you this morning about a situation I'm having in Fremont. I live at 536 County Road 419. We purchased the property back in May of 2015. We started a rent-to-own agreement, and we finalized that purchase back in 2020 of May. And we did a survey on the property, June of 2015, when we first bought the property. And on the survey, it said that there was an easement on our property of 35 feet. Well, when we finalized the purchase back in May of 2020, I went to the appraisal office and they explained to me that there is ways that we can terminate an easement. And so, I thought, okay, I spoke with Huicho and I thought it's just, something very minor. You just go and you put a request, that's what I thought. Well, then I found out that that's not how it works, right? Well, here recently, back in September the 15th, there was a bulldozer in the back of our property, bulldozed the entire easement. I have not measured how many feet across. It extends from one property owner all the way to the end of the other property owners. It's about 19 property owners. The problem that has caused is that I have had a lot of that man's cattle in our property, eating feed daily. I've spoken to Santi, the one that I guess represents White Wings Crossings. And he said, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna give you a cow. I said, I don't want a cow, you gotta fix the problem. He said initially they had done the bulldozing because they were gonna fence the property. Well, here we are now, almost nearing November, they have not fenced in. So what I'm asking you today is to give me permission or assist me in terminating that easement that's on my property so that we can fence it in. Where they bulldoze, my sons and his family live about maybe 300 feet from the roadway. And we're now seeing more increased walking of immigrants, illegal people there. The kids are there with four-wheelers, and of course, the problem with the cattle. I haven't seen them here lately. The last time was maybe on the 14th of October because it was a bull on the property. I called Santi and he said that they were gonna pick it up the next day. 3-4 days passed, he never picked it up. Here now recently, I haven't seen it, so I'm assuming he somehow got it. But the problem that I'm having is that I just need your assistance to help me close that easement. I know that I read up that there are ways to terminate an easement, whether it be, I believe the one that maybe would apply to me would be the no longer need of it, I no longer need it. There is no reason for an easement. There's no public water. There's no public need, well, utilities,
Right.
Nothing. And I have my survey. I have pictures of the property line where the gentleman owns. He actually bulldozed to the north side of his fence line, which I have pictures with. I've got pictures from the appraisal map, the CAD map, and I've got pictures from the actual boundary line where they bulldozed. And I measured with my measuring ruler, the wheel that I have, and it is exactly 15 feet that he bulldozed from his fence line into our property. He came to our property to look for a little red heifer he had lost.
Okay, what we'll do is, if you can contact the office of the county judge here down the road, down the hallway, and leave all your information, that way your commissioner can contact you, and then they can get with the county attorney and see what avenues or options you may have.
Sure, and it's not a county road 419. Initially, he had thought, Mr. Guerra thought it was that road.
We'll do that, ma'am, and we'll document that, and we'll keep it on the record so we can get
Sure.
back to you. as
Thank
soon as
you.
possible. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you for
Solis.
your patience.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Anyone else would like to?
Constable Long, can I address the court?
Who do we got on, Mr. Constable?
Constable Jim Long, yes.
Hey, sir, go right ahead.
The constable's office for precinct 3 would like to go on the record regarding the purchasing of the ATVs for all the constables using money from the ARPA funds. The expense, I believe, will be around $84,000. The funds from the ARPA are to be used for pandemic-related recovery projects. Purchasing an ATV, in my opinion, is a waste of taxpayers' monies. I do not think that purchasing an ATV is related to the pandemic in any way. Therefore, my office does not wish to be considered for this purchase. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Long.
All right, anybody else, any equipment announcements, Commissioner? Nada? Okay, then we're gonna move on so we can get out of here before that storm hits here and everything. Okay, discuss and consider take action on minutes from previous meeting.
Move to approve.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 And all those opposed? Motion passes. Number 5, discuss, consider, and take action on budget amendment request by TAC, TAC, Mary Lozano, to transfer $700 from line item 12,499,427, conference associations, to 12,499,310, office supply.
So we've reviewed the budget adjustment and it is allowable.
Make a motion to approve items presented.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. 6, discuss, consider, and take action on budget amendment request from County Clerk J.C. Pettis III to transfer $4,000 from line item 12,403,573, equipment, and $400 from 12,403,462, office equipment, $4,400 total, to 12,403,406, contract services.
Yes, we've reviewed this transfer and it is an allowable.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed? Motion passes. 7, discuss, consider, take action on budget amendment request from County Attorney Michael Guerra, transfer $1,500 from line item 12,475,103, equipment, to 12,475,499, miscellaneous.
Yes, we've reviewed this transfer and it is allowable.
Make a motion to approve.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed? Motion passes. 8, discuss, consider, and take action on budget amendment request by Commissioner Precinct 2 Ventura Garcia Jr. to transfer $5,305 from line item 22,622,402, engineering and surveying, to following line items 5,000 to 22,622,356.20, repair materials, cold mix, and $305 to 22,622,463, rental of equipment.
This is been reviewed and the transfer is allowable.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed? Motion passes. Alrighty, 9, discuss, consider, take action authorizing funding and requesting bids for the safety appreciation luncheon meeting to be held on December 7th, 2022. I think,
This is the annual luncheon that we have.
yes, sir.
And I make a motion to approve.
Okay,
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed? Motion passes. 10, discuss and consider, take action to authorize procurement for administrative and management firm for the home program.
Donna.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Who's Donna?
Johnson with Grant Works.
Yes, yes, sir. Judge, how are you?
Hi, good morning.
And commissioners, some of you I have met in the past and some of you I have not. So Jim, sir,
Nice to meet you, ma'am.
nice to meet you. Jim Wells County has a very long history of participating in TDHCA's home program. You did not participate in it for a few years now after Harvey, because there was so much Harvey money, and honestly, that was a better deal. So there is several constituents in your area, and Margie's reached out to me, y'all wanting to, participate in the home program. So what we're asking on these 2 agenda items actually is for you guys to go out for procurement, to hire an administrator. And then the second item is to actually apply for the home program. So the home program, as I said, is something y'all participated in for many years. It assists homeowners who own and occupy primary residence, their home, they're good citizens, their taxes are in order, but their home is in poor condition. So this program will tear down those houses and build new houses. It's really a win-win for the homeowners. They get into a 5-year grant, forgivable grant And then mobile homes is a little bit different. HUD views those differently. And that is a 15-year deferred forgivable loan. So Margie and I have talked about this. We would like for the county to apply for this. We would exclude all of the incorporated cities. And the reason why we're going to do that is that if we start including them, then your population gets over 20,000 and the county will need to do 15% match per house, which is like $20,000. So I don't think that's good for you. So that's the request. Margie, have I covered it? Oh, she's choking on. Don't choke up, Margie.
Everybody's getting sick.
Just remember, have control.
Well, that sounds like a great program, guys.
Yep.
I'm sure it'll help any of you guys rural areas and the little
Yes,
communities that are not incorporated.
You familiar with it?
yes, we've done it before.
Yeah, we've done it several times.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
I make a motion to approve item as presented, Judge.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed? Motion passes. Number 11, discuss, consider, take action on resolution to apply for the TDHCA Home Program Reservation Agreement. All right, so there's a resolution and y'all want to vote on that? It's take an action to
I make a motion
I'll
to
second.
have a motion on take
accept
action
the
on the resolution.
resolution.
And a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed? Motion passes. And it says resolution number 2022-031, whereas the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs has notified the public of a funding availability to benefit low-income residents of the state of Texas communities through the Texas Home Investment Partnership Program. And whereas Jim Wills County has identified significant housing needs, particularly for the reconstruction of owner-occupied housing. And whereas Jim Wills County desires to assist low-income homeowners with safe, decent, sanitary, and affordable housing, and at the same time enhance the health, economic, and aesthetic quality of the community. Now therefore be resolved that on 1, Jim Wills County acknowledges and approves that an application be completed and submitted to the TDHCA to participate in the Home Investment Partnership Program Homeowner Reconstruction Assistance Program. 2, Jim Wills County would utilize funds up to the amount of $40,000 as cash reserve to utilize during the agreement term for eligible program costs before reimbursements and received from the State of Texas Home Program. 3, in accordance with 10 TAC 23, the home program match contribution requirement for Jim Wills County is 0%. Where the county judge designates Juan Rodriguez Jr., county judge, is a person authorized to represent Jim Wills County in all matters related to home program, and also the signature authority to all forms and documents related to the administration of the home program, including loan documents, agreements, and reservation, system of participation agreement, and or contract. Okay. So we passed that, and we got that into the record. Okay. Well, discuss, consider, and take action. Ma'am, thank you very much for your help.
Thank you.
Oh,
Donna.
thank you. And, Grant Works loves working with Jim Wells County. Just please know that. And Natalie was going to be here, but she was a little under the weather. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good to meet
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
12, discuss, consider, take action, or approve construction plans of a new water line to serve the TxDOT Alice Area Engineering and Maintenance Facility located on US 281 just outside the city limits of Alice, Texas.
Good morning, Commissioners. We got this letter from the consultants that are working on this. This is to serve the TxDOT building out there on the 281 bypass. It's going to use County Road 116 from where it intersects with old 281, business 281. And then it's going to go down there. There's a booster station along the way that it's going to tie into to help increase the water pressure up there. The reason that they've come to us is that there's a letter that they need from the county that the county judge will need to sign, giving them permission to use our right of way on the north side of County Road 116. That should be in your packet.
Sounds good.
Hey, Mike, do you know if those people, the residents along that area will be able to tie into it?
I was curious about that too, because Acapulco Circle, the neighborhood is out there. It's got a few quite a few houses out there, and that should, I think it's along the way, and that should help increase their service as well.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. My name is Manuel Guerra. I'm with LJ Engineering, and that is correct. The assumption right now for the project is to run this 6-inch water line all the way to Texon with a booster station with a possibility of connecting the residents as they stand today. Yes.
Good situation. Okay.
Why do you say possibility?
Excuse me?
Why do you say possibility? Isn't that a word or?
Well, yes, there's only, to my understanding, 2 connections that can be done at this moment, and they could be done. In the future, though, that would be a separate project.
What size of line is it gonna be, 8-inch or what?
A 6-inch. 6-inch, yes, sir.
Make a motion to approve items presented.
Okay, have a motion on the floor,
Second the motion.
and the second, all those in favor say aye,
All right.
and all those opposed, motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Guerra.
Appreciate it. I guess as it goes along, we figure out what is gonna be required out there. 13, discuss, consider, take action on all distributor and chip spreader schedule.
Judge, I put this item back on the agenda again. We had at the last meeting, and I discussed where we had made PC1 County Commissioner Margie Gonzalez had made a calendar to be able to use the chip spreader and the oil distributor. And we all voted on it, we all agreed on it, and the deal was for Margie, you to use it, was it June and July? And precinct 3 was August and September, and precinct 4 was gonna be October and November. And October came along and I never got the machine, so I'm once again requesting that we voted on this. Margie decided to do the calendar, we agreed on it, and we never got the machine, so I'm requesting that we made a motion on it and we voted on it, and we respectably follow the ruling that we did.
Y'all voted and took a motion, and y'all, that's why.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the schedule, where's the schedule? That's the one we
The
voted on? you
schedule
voted
was voted on, it's on the minutes.
on? So what's the
and-
problem? Y'all can't,
And I don't know
Stick to the schedule
what
or
deals
what?
were made out there
It's-
without,
It's, I don't know what kind of schedule we can get on because it's hard to stick to. 2 months, we had rain, we had issues, machinery broke, which is another thing we need to speak about, the chip seal spreader. We had problems with it the whole time. When Renee took it, it still broke. We probably need to
okay.
We just
turn
got
it in and get another one, because that one we're just putting a lot of money into it. But we didn't even get to finish the grant that we were working on over there on 120 because of all of that. So
We finally put in sensors yesterday, because when I got it, it was broke.
Well, obviously, the
We had to
schedule,
order the sensors, and it
Well,
is
we
a
had a schedule
dinosaur
before,
machine, and it's
and
hard to
it
get
didn't get
parts as it
followed
is,
either.
much less old parts.
the schedule's right. Let's just get through this and figure it out real quick, so we don't
Okay,
want to
okay.
get out of here.
you know, if I may just say, and I'm not here to embarrass anybody, I'm here to work together with everybody. We decided on the schedule and I was strictly against the schedule. I told you guys, if it breaks down, it's not gonna, you can't have it for 2 months because it's gonna break down, and what's gonna happen. And the comments, and it's recorded on the minutes, you said, too bad, 2 months and that's it. Both of y'all said that was it. So you all agreed on that. I said, okay, you know what, I don't agree with it, but I'll vote with you, I'll help you. I'll prove it to you guys that it's not gonna work, and it didn't work. Once again, I'm gonna say it again, it's gotta be a unified road system in order to this to be able to work. We have to work together. We made a plan. The meeting the item on the agenda right now is, we made a schedule that you presented, Mrs. Gonzalez, and we voted on it, but yet we didn't follow it, and then we changed the rules in the middle of the game. We can't do that. So I'm just requesting we
Y'all
follow
can,
this
in the future, look down the
calendar
road.
schedule that we did, and let's all work together.
Hopefully, next year y'all can come to figure out that unified road system, because that's what we recommended initially, and this is why we're in this.
And that's why
Where we're at, so-
I specifically said, what about if it rains? I said, you said, too bad. And I said, what if we break down? Too bad, 2 months, 2 months. And I said, it's not gonna work because you're gonna break down, you're gonna have bad weather. Even if we get it right now.
Unpredictable.
Even if I get the machines right now, there's not very much I can do because it's cold weather coming up. You gotta be over 55. So neither precinct 3 nor me. But the thing, it's a matter of principles. We said something on the county commissioner's court in front of people, and we didn't follow it. That's, it's almost to me like it's disrespecting the court. We made a motion on it, and we didn't follow it.
Well, that seems to be the case everywhere ongoing. So anybody want to make a motion so we can get out of here and get this thing resolved? This little.
I make a motion that we table the item.
What are we gonna get out of
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
table?
Let's go through this thing and get through it. I have a motion and a second on the floor. All those, do we have any discussion before we
Yeah,
ask that?
I'd rather, the motion's fine, tabling it. We need to create another schedule, that makes sense for everybody. Like Renee, how much longer are you gonna keep it?
Well, I just got it a couple of weeks ago and it's broken. We ordered the parts, we got it fixed.
So it's not an easy fix, so.
No, it's not.
So my suggestion is, if it's not working, then who cares about the schedule right now? It's not gonna matter. And I think we just need to get through this and stick to that. And y'all can always visit this item or situation again later once y'all figure
And I
it out.
get the fact that it would be good that if I had a road fix, we could just go blow my road, and then if somebody else had 2 miles, they could go do their road. But it didn't work that way that last time. We
Okay.
still kept the machinery for a year and a half, and so.
Well, this can be figured out, okay? Because this can be looked at and resolved and maybe.
Judge, once
No
again,
prediction.
I just want to clarify one thing. The item on the agenda is that we made a decision, and that's almost seems to me like it's a contempt in court. We made a decision, but yet nobody followed it. That's disrespectful to the court. How can you make something in public, on video, but yet you don't follow it? How can we do that?
Okay,
What
it
are we telling the
happens.
people?
No,
I'm just trying to follow what we set out to do,
We do it
and we failed to do it. We decided to change the rules in the middle of the game. You can't do that. You can't do that.
No. Well, we have a motion and a second to table the item. All those in favor say aye.
I'd like to see the minutes of what we approved back then, because I think, there was
We don't have a copy of that?
two, but.
We can bring out the video. I mean, it's some
but
plain
we,
video.
No,
we
just-
did- We, it's at two and two, but and then it didn't go past October, so.
Mhm.
That's what I'm trying to say, is that we need to create a new schedule, and maybe, if precinct 4 is ready to use it, but I would think that, they need to use it, or, but it evidently it's broke. It's broke, and Renee's got it. If she's ready to use it, it's already there. So she just needs to give us a timeline to when she's gonna finish with it. What do you think, Commissioner?
So I don't see how you can give a timeline, like all next week, I think
It's
there's
raining.
rain. And I mean, I've been in office.
I'm just trying to make sense of it, because I don't use the machine, I might be even speaking out of term, but,
Well, I've got 6 miles that I have rock for ready to go. And we put those sensors in and it still didn't start. My foreman got on it, took all day, he got it fixed, we're ready to go. We got the machinery everywhere, ready to go on that road come
so
Monday,
the-
if it doesn't rain.
well, the machine's ready to go.
Yes, he got it. Now
Okay,
hopefully it'll
so-
start on
so
Monday.
How long do you think it's gonna take you 2 weeks to do the 6 miles, or?
If it doesn't rain.
So when I came into office, I was told never to give anybody a timeline. You can't, because you can't.
Well, we do work with timelines,
Well, I mean, if it breaks
As,
down,
Commissioner Precinct 4, he's ready to use it. He's got 2 or 3 miles also,
yeah.
Well,
I've been on office 10 months and
Yeah.
I just got the machines.
Commissioners, can I suggest, if y'all are going to table this today, we can bring it back on the 14th of November, the next meeting, and maybe each of you can propose a schedule, what you think, like an annual schedule, and maybe make a provision for extended periods of time for whoever gets it, November, December, January, and February. Those are probably the bad number. And you may disagree. You may want to include October. You may want to include March. But everybody, whoever gets it in that that time period would probably need extra time because of the weather factor. But if we can come back and revisit this in a couple of weeks and everybody bring to the table what your suggestion is, and maybe we can reach a consensus.
Otherwise,
Well, Mr. Guerra, if I may, we've discussed this before, and I told you guys, bad weather is gonna hold you back. You can't do anything in November, December. It's gonna be, we're short days, we only work, what, 3/4 of the month, of December. You're gonna have
We're ta-
holidays,
we're-
you're gonna
the
have, you had the
problem
fair
is-
this past week, you're gonna have the holidays in November. You're not gonna be able to use it that much.
well,
So if you have-
That's why I was suggesting adding.
The point is this, that we set a schedule. So if we're gonna redo another schedule, where does that bump me, being precinct 4? I've been waiting for Rock, it's gonna be a year already, sitting right there at the precinct 4 yard in Fremont, and I can't do anything. So what do I tell my constituents over there? I'm waiting on, I don't know what. They keep changing the schedule every time
Is
and
there a-
bumping me over,
this
so
does-
I don't think it's fair.
this doesn't seem very efficient anyway. With this-
Just got it in May.
That's not the point, Margie. The
Hey, listen,
point
guys,
is,
listen.
we did a schedule, and we're
We're-
not following the schedule.
We're debating.
Whatever
something
happened in the past, happened in the past.
Very,
We already went through that.
minimal, but this timeline, the schedule's not gonna work with this one machine anyway. Doesn't seem like it's gonna because of the
No, it
weather,
doesn't.
unpredictable. But can't you just rent for your, and then we take? care of
No,
it?
I mean, we can go as far as, you know what, I'm not gonna say it. I'll just leave it at that. It's,
Okay, well, because there's other options that we could all do and. 'cause
yeah,
to fighting
there's other
over-
options. If we
fighting
had
over the
another, if
one
we had
machine
another
that's-
machine,
it's
we
not-
could, we wouldn't have this problem.
Okay, so let's just, are we still in agreement? We have a motion on the floor and a second to table this item. All those in favor say aye,
Aye.
and all those opposed?
Oppose.
Okay, I have one opposed. So this motion carried and will be discussed and maybe in the next Commissioners Court meeting on the 14th of November.
In the meantime, I think precinct 3 and 4 need to get together and see what they can come up with as far as timeline.
I don't know if they'll be able to get to that point, anybody, but maybe you can try. And y'all can
No, I'm not against,
wrestle over it.
I'm not against precinct 3 using the machine.
Right.
All I'm saying is we had a schedule. So Margie used it for 4 months. You took the 2 months away from precinct 3.
But actually, it
That's
wasn't
between
being
you and
used, it was
her.
broke.
That wasn't between me. It was never brought to the Commissioner's Court to make a decision. So then I'm sitting here, okay, October's mine. I don't care what y'all did over there. October's mine. And I didn't get it. So now we're gonna redo another schedule. Where does that bump me back to? I don't think it's fair for my
Well, Mr.
people.
Guerra had a suggestion that you can have an agreement that you're gonna have it, and if there's something comes up, you extend it, as the weather and as that time, and you extend it, and that'd be some option. that
But
you-
can we agree on one thing now?
Yeah.
Can we agree on the fact that if it rains or your machines break down,
Mhm.
it's gonna cut your time? But you already wanna agree on the first time. It's cut your time. It's not gonna work. This system is never gonna work.
Commissioner, you said at the time that it wouldn't work, and you were correct. I think we can all agree with that. It didn't work out. Okay,
So
now let's move forward from that. Let's move forward from that point, and let's figure out a way that's workable for the 3 precincts that are using it. And yeah, you were absolutely right. You said back then that it wouldn't work, and it didn't work. But okay, everybody agrees with that. Let's move forward and figure out a way that everybody can share it efficiently, and taking into account weather. I mean, obviously you are correct. In the winter months, it takes you'd probably need twice as many days to get the same amount of work done that you can do in the summer. So,
And honestly, you probably all could use another,
You know, and
if
I'm
y'all
gonna-
gonna be
I'm-
looking
and
at
I'm
getting
gonna give you
some
some
road
advice.
and mileage done, y'all gonna need some.
I'm gonna give you some
This delay, yeah, you're right, the constituents are they're not gonna.
Renee, and
don't
I'll give
care
you some
about the
advice.
weather or
It has to
anything.
be over 55 degrees for you able to throw that. The road has to be degrees, 55 or better. So you're gonna lose all those days if it gets cold. So you gotta take that into consideration.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm not against you using it. I was just saying about the schedule. That's it.
What if we
That's
got with
understood.
another county that has, the way
There's
you
all
work
kinds of
and
options, yeah.
Put something together, so we know exactly how to do it. That system you're talking
Well,
about.
maybe when y'all unified it, it'll work out better, the whole entire system. Like it should be more efficiently, okay? So we got, anything else? We're good, guys? Commissioner Gonzalez, we're all right?
I'm fine.
All right. Okay. Discuss, consider, and take action to approve county treasurer's report and other monthly reports.
Move to approve.
Second it.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye,
All right.
Aye.
and all those opposed? Motion passes. 15, discuss and consider take action to approve county auditors reports.
The sales tax report for September. We did come in on revenue for sales tax. September, 191.85 versus last year we are by 83,555. So we had a good September. Overall, year to date, this year versus last year, we had an increase in 537,761 in nine. Doing very well in sales tax, that's over $500,000 at this point, that's over than last year. Of course, we did take that into consideration when we were working the budget. So we actually are about 98% in their sales tax through September. So basically, from here on out, it'll just be lower than what we have projected. And we have an auditor report. For general fund, we are at 99% expected time. Next, you'll see the list of expenditures and all of the different departments. Expenditures for September should be at 74%. But it's been very low in this couple of years. For the most part, they have spent basically in regards to they keep doing it. Overall, the county is at 70%. The positive variance. So again, very well on the budget.
Thank you, Cindy. Anybody else? Questions?
Thank you, Cindy.
Motion to approve.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed? Motion passes. 16, discuss, consider, take action on payroll and bills as submitted by county auditor with the exemption of Fund 52, 53, and 54.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed?
Motion to
All
adjourn.
right.
I'll second.
All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned, huh? Thank you. All right.